It's the 7th of July, 2016, and I'm feeling a bit better than I did yesterday morning. I think some rest paid off. This weekend is when I really get some rest, because I'll have time. I've got some stuff to do, like podcasts and stuff like that, but still I'll get some rest. Pretty standard day today. Of course, we found a mistake just before break, but otherwise. So you guys won't get this until later, but the electricity just went out, and we heard a very big boom. So yeah, we're hoping it wasn't a transformer blowing, and maybe the big boom was just a thunder crash or something like that. Again, just documenting this for now, because honestly, you guys won't get this until later, and depending on when the electricity gets fixed, you may not get it till tomorrow. But I'm really hoping that you get it beforehand, especially maybe around 10-ish. It'd be nice. Did get some positives this weekend. By the way, Mom's making gravy. Thank goodness for gas heat. I decided to test something out. You see, back whenever we had AT&T, I couldn't use Skype on my iPod to call the phones. And that reason was because they didn't allow restricted numbers. Well, we've switched over the Magic Jack thing, and now that it's transferred, it works. It totally works. So if I get that card like I'm planning on getting for my iPod, then I may be able to do something with that. A little bit into this experience now, and I'm boiling. Well, not boiling. Not literally boiling, but it's just starting to get warm in here. The work of the air conditioning has now officially worn off, as it were. Mom and Dad have gone up to see if my car is ready from my mechanic and to find out things about electricity and stuff like that. I just hope this gets fixed soon. It's such a first world problem, but when it comes to my camper, a little bit worse. I don't know if it's the metal roof I put over it, but during the summer, that camper becomes an oven. I'm pretty sure there are days I could crack an egg in there and have a fried egg in about 5 seconds without it touching anything. Just when I come home. Because since the dog stays with Mom during the day, I don't leave the air conditioning on. There's just no reason for it, right? So imagine how your car gets during the summer when you open the door and about get knocked out by that heat wave. Now imagine that in a big space like a camper. Oh, and I've got a smidge of a headache. That's why the glasses are off, by the way. It's just one of those, my head. Okay, I evacuated outdoors. Plus, I love listening to rain anyway. Why didn't I think of this before? Actually, I know why I didn't think of this before. I was having a good conversation with Mom and Dad in the dark while we were just sitting there, so that's why I didn't think of it. Also, annoying note, ever since this Snapchat update, it'll let me do one of these snaps holding the volume button at the side, but the second one, it seems to require this little button at the bottom that you can't see, even though I can, because I'm pointing. Oh well. So some of the way I used to use it might have to change a teensy bit as I adjust to not being able to use that volume button anymore. Either that or this is just a bug that happened with the new update and they'll fix it quick as they can. That's completely possible too. I don't see them cutting that out. It would not make a lot of sense to not allow people to activate video with the volume buttons. It just doesn't make sense. But stranger things have happened with app developers before, and now I have a remote, so I can start using that a bit. But for now, sweet, calm, relaxing, cool, I might add, rain. For some reason, it made me smirk that if you look really closely in the distance, you can see my porch gnome on his table. And yes, I did almost say chair, and then corrected myself by saying table, and it turned up being chable. And today's a day for one take snaps. Just today is apparently one of those days. I tell you, there's something about the night. Those cicadas, right? Electricity's still off, but I'm documenting this. It's going to be manageable enough to go to sleep. It's past 10 at this point, and still no electricity. Which is odd, because normally we would get electricity at this point. It's not like them to be this late. Man, that is way too bright to shine on myself. There. That's better. Anyway, because it's past 10 and I'm tired because I was feeling bad anyway. All the heat, that's all this combined. I'm just going to go to bed. So, good night, everyone. And hope to have electricity in the morning.